Welcome to another episode of Car Thoughts with Mark Adam. This drive's going to be about 25-ish minutes. Oh, I guess this guy's not pulled over. Let's not get in an accident now. I would like to introduce, for the first time on this podcast, I have a guest. He is the owner and CEO, I guess you would call him. Owner, CEO of New Spades Sound and Entertainment, Drew Sylvain. Good buddy of mine, good DJ, hip-hop artist, businessman. Am I missing any titles?
I don't know, man. You could probably just keep going, violin player, saxophone player,
Yeah. I've never seen you play. Do you play violin?
Oh, no.
No?
Oh, no.
What is that?
It's,
Yeah.
record videos, still not enough space.
That's cool.
Still gotta clear a little bit more.
That's cool.
Oh, shit.
All right, why don't you deal with that? We got a technical difficulty, so... That's sad, man. You got a handsome face. I want people to see it because they're tired of looking at this one, I'm sure. But, so Drew's going to clear some space on his phone. Maybe, potentially. Not sure 100% what he's doing there. But, meanwhile, I'll try not to run over little old ladies and we'll get moving. I'm on my way to pick up my daughter. Drew's going to come with me. My daughter... really likes Drew every time. I'm going to tell this story, and I don't know if it's appropriate or not. She's 2.5. She can't be blamed. But Drew is a black man, and he's a very dark-skinned, like dark black man.
Also very good looking. Very good looking black man.
Okay, there you go.
Nothing to do with the story, though.
No, that's a side note because Drew's ego needs feeding right now. But so he's a handsome black man, I guess. But anytime my daughter sees a guy who's even like roughly his build, like roughly Drew's size, she looks at him and goes, "Drew?" Like from far away. And we get closer and she's like, "That's not Drew." I'm like, "It's not Drew. It's not. Just stop saying that." And of course, like she's 2.5. She doesn't know the difference, right? It's just funny. And then of course you're sitting there being like, my toddler's not racist. She's just a toddler. Like, it's just funny to me. Kids don't get it. How you coming along there, bro?
Not too bad. Just getting rid of some albums and all that fun stuff real quick.
Yeah. All right. You do what you got to do. We'll get his face up on the screen here in a minute. In the meantime, we can keep talking. The microphone is still recording.
Okay, sounds good.
So the interview can continue. You're just going to be stuck looking at the ginger beard. It's fine. It's fine. By now, people are used to it, so they just tune that part out. Also, for you folks that are listening to the audio version of the podcast through Google Play Music or iTunes, none of this makes any sense to you and you don't care. So let's just get to it.
True.
So I was going to ask you, what made you want to do this? You had a couple of different business ideas. You have an entrepreneurial spirit. You're a businessman first. You always want to be doing something.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what was it that made you want to do the DJ business with New Spades Sound and Entertainment?
Well, to be completely honest, I've always wanted to DJ. I've been doing music since I was 6 years old. Kind of dabbing in everything, whether it's playing instruments or like spin rhymes on the mic for hip hop or anything really, right? And I've always wanted to DJ, but it's a little bit more expensive. So it wasn't really something I got into right away. I just kept kind of putting it off. And then finally about a year ago, I went to Mexico for a wedding. They asked me to be the DJ for the wedding, to just make like a night because they trust my music judgment. So they said, "Hey, why don't you just put together a dope playlist on your phone and play it at the wedding?" And I was like, you know what, why not? Let's do that, right? So we got back from Mexico, and one of the people at the wedding was like, "Hey, can you come DJ at my restaurant?" And I was like, "Well, I'm not an actual DJ."
Yeah.
But yeah, that's when I thought about it. And I'm like, well, you know what? Why am I not an actual DJ? You know, like, why do I keep holding everything back? So I just decided, you know what? Let's just do it. Let's just bite the bullet. Let's get it done. And got myself a nice, fine Newmark NV controller. And
I've seen it. It is very nice.
Very nice. And I just kind of took it from there. I was like, hey, let's make a full-blown business out of it, and let's get her done. And that is New Spades Sound and Entertainment.
Fair enough. So that is the how. That is how it rose from the. I was going to say ashes, but nothing burned down. You're just like, it wasn't like something else in your life fell apart, and you're like, oh well, what do I do now? Oh, I'll be a DJ. You always had that in the back of your mind. That was always going to probably be a thing that you did eventually.
Absolutely.
Well, there you go. So,
yeah.
So that's the why. The why.
Yeah.
So what's on the horizon for New Spades?
Well, basically what we're trying to do right now is kind of set up as a promotions company in general. So looking at throwing different events out there for the most part, and then obviously providing the music for it, but also targeting, I guess, lounges, clubs, wedding socials, and weddings all together for the most part too. Looking at really being able to, you know, be the life of the party for anybody's wedding. You know, I hear too many times where people are like, oh, you know, the music wasn't so great for my wedding social. Like, they played all the classic social stuff, but I wasn't necessarily wanting the classic social stuff. I was looking for, you know, maybe more of like a club night style, you know, with a couple classic social songs, you know. So I want to come in with that fresh, young, modern mindset where I can fill that need for people for the most part. And other than that, yeah, just taking on anything else that comes my way.
Fair enough. That makes sense. And you're a hip hop artist too?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you're doing that. Are we gonna flip that camera around? Because nobody wants to look at my dashboard. There you go. Are we happy times? Can we hit the record? Is it going to go?
I hope so.
Everybody cross your fingers.
Yeah. Hopefully I'm live, back on visual.
Yeah. There you go.
Fingers crossed.
There he is.
Fingers crossed.
There he is.
Yeah.
Right on. So, and thanks again for coming. Like, you're the first guest on the podcast. Like, I wasn't even going to do guests on the podcast.
Honored.
But I thought, you know, like, when I was thinking about the podcast, because I used to do a podcast in Halifax called It's on Halifax.
Okay.
And a lot of people that are watching this podcast probably already know that. But, you know, I had a lot of fun, and it was basically me just talking with a bunch of my friends, you know, and then inviting some other musicians that I knew in town, and some we had a bunch of different guests, some actor friends of mine, different bands and whatnot. And, you know, we Skyped a band. They were called the Cartridge Family, all the way from Newfoundland.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, like we had some really awesome guests. It was a lot of fun. We went to HalCon, the sci-fi con. Talked to a bunch of people, but it's always been, you know, me talking to other people.
Right.
And this podcast, Car Thoughts, is more of a, like, you know, kind of a shower thoughts, but I figured shower thoughts would be an inappropriate thing to film.
Yeah, maybe.
just a thought.
Unless somebody's into that thing, you know, you never know, right?
Listen, fetishes aside, like, I'm not I'm not in it, you know. I got my skin in the game, but not. Okay, so we're back. I'm an idiot. We're laughing talking about him clearing up some space to record, and here I am, and I didn't clear up enough space to record, like an idiot. That's the second time, and I apologize. It's almost like I don't know what the hell I'm doing, and I have no idea where this cut off.
Damn.
I have no idea where that cut off.
Ooh.
But I'm just going to go ahead and jump back, and then I don't know, I guess I'll edit the crap out of this episode. This podcast was kind of like Car Thoughts, because this is like where I'm private by myself, like, and you sit in the car by yourself a lot, you know, and you have thoughts come through, clear thoughts, and I was comparing it to shower thoughts. I don't know if that got cut off or not. but I thought this would be less inappropriate to film in a car versus my bathroom
Maybe.
while I'm lathering.
Maybe. Yeah.
There's an image for you. There you go. You're welcome. You're welcome, internet.
And it's not gonna quite break the internet, Kim Kardashian style or anything like that either.
No.
Might go the opposite way, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm not going to be getting a whole lot of compliments. I'm not getting my own TV show from it, that's for sure. But anyway, so yeah, that's the whole point of me talking about that was why I had you on the show. I miss talking to my friends, and I miss conversing that way. And I think having friends and other guests on the podcast and whatnot. We'll wait here for now.
Yeah.
All right. So then this thing is doing. I don't know what this is doing. All right. We're good. It's going to beep a couple times. It's fine. We're still 14 minutes left to talk. We got lots of time.
Perfect.
Tons of time.
Perfect.
Don't panic, everybody. And everybody that's listening to this or watching this is like, what the hell are these guys doing? The answer is I have no idea.
Just winging it.
Who cares? Like, that's what this whole podcast is for. It's a creative outlet for me, and I've invited you to come and be part of it. And
True.
I'm hoping that you have a good time, and we just sort of chit chat. We talk all the time anyway, but most of the stuff we talk about we can't share because we're talking about people we know and naming names and I think you just ran out of space. So we're back and forth, running out of space. This is the I'm going to call this episode Poorly Planned Guest. And yeah, I'm sorry, Drew. I apologize. I didn't think this one through.
It's all good.
I should have thought it all out. But so the audio on this podcast, people are just going to think we're just out to lunch. And you know what? You're not wrong. You're not wrong. We're
not quite wrong.
Yeah, well, and I'm lumping you in with me so I don't feel so bad. But really, it's all my fault. Let's be honest. Hey, why don't you come shoot a podcast with no equipment and no planning and no thought going in to this at all? Okay, enough about that. Like I've beaten that dead horse. That's a dead horse. Yeah. So we talked about that. You're a hip hop artist.
Yeah.
You just performed last week.
Yep.
For the first time in a while.
Yeah, pretty much. First time in just over a year, actually.
Jeez, why such a long time off?
You know what? Just been crazy busy with everything, especially focusing on getting new Spades off the ground and whatnot. Had to take a little bit of break from hip hop just for a minute, just so I could get everything kind of launched. And now that everything is getting launched for the most part, trying to step right back into hip hop a little bit and get a good balance going on. Yeah.
That's fair. So is there's more and your stage name is Dark Spade the Ace.
Yes.
Which is a pretty cool name. Where did the new Spades come from? Like in the Dark Spade the Ace. Like where did that moniker come from, that name?
Well, for the most part, this is actually kind of a not funny story, maybe more funny to me than anything, but back when I was like maybe 12 years old or so, email was really starting to kind of get jumping, especially with Hotmail. Yeah, everyone was getting their Hotmail accounts and stuff. Oh man,
I remember when Hotmail came out, and I was one of the first people on board.
No doubt, eh?
It was rough.
Yeah, when we all look back to those old emails, like, okay.
And how long it took. Yeah, you click and like, yeah, no, I'm not even telling you what my first email address was. But anyway, continue.
Yeah, so basically it was like my uncle had his email, darkteal at hotmail.com. And when I was 12 years old, I thought that was the coolest thing on the planet, dark teal. I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah,
because teal is a color and a shade, and there shouldn't really be a variation.
True.
Right? Like,
yeah, exactly.
Teal is a shade of green or blue.
Green or blue, yeah, pretty much.
Like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think teal is like a green, isn't it? With blue in it.
It's kind of, that's pretty much what it is.
Yeah. So can you have a dark teal? Is that a thing?
I don't even know, to be honest with
Because
you.
I'm a guy. There's 8 colors. I add an "-any" or an "-ish" to the end of it, and that's like it's a bluey greenish. Like that's a color. Like
yeah, straight up.
You know.
Oh, straight up.
So
but yeah,
I get confused with shades.
No doubt, eh?
It's blue. What kind of blue? It's friggin' blue. Like it's blue.
Enough said. Yeah, so I thought that was such a cool name and everything, and then I was all into playing cards and everything at that age and stuff, and you know, I was just like messing around, and I'm just like coming up with like a cool nickname for myself, and I all of a sudden I'm like, yo, why not, you know, Dark Spade? You know, it's a little different, it's whatever, it's like, let's mess with that. So here's little 12, 13-year-old Drew. He's like messing around with some rhymes and everything. You know, just listening to some Run DMC all day. Like, I'm the king of rock. There is none higher. Sucker MCs can call me sire. To go to my kingdom, you must choose fire. And I won't stop rapping till I retire. And I'm like, yeah, I'm Dark Spade the Ace, y'all. Just coming out. And so I went with that ever since, you know, and I just kind of built my hip-hop brand all around that name. And then when I was doing the company, you know what I mean, I wanted to take a step further, just something like, you know, something derived from that Dark Spade the Ace name. And that's when I thought, you know what, new Spades. It's a new day for the Spades. So we're rocking with new Spades, sound and entertainment.
I like it. I like it. Also,
Yeah.
I got a question. You were talking about when you were 12 and whatnot. Like, you have like a really deep radio announcer voice. I'm going to assume you weren't born with that.
Absolutely.
Like, what does 12-year-old Drew sound like? Like, what is that like? Did you were you one of those like super drop? Like you were like, "Hi, my name's Drew." Like was it like that kind of a drastic change?
No, man, I was actually legit born with this voice.
You were not.
You got 1-year-old Drew sounding like this. You know, I'd be like, yo,
Mom, it's time for my bottle.
I'm 1-year-old, I'd be like, yo, where the applesauce at?
And you know what? I'm not from Winnipeg, and I'm told that Transcona, that's possible. It's possible if you're from Transcona. That's not an improbable story.
True. If you're from Transcona, anything's possible. You can be born with 3 arms. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, like,
or the voice of a radio god. Like, whatever. Who cares?
No doubt, eh? It is what it is.
Yeah. So do you find like? So yeah. Do you find that people take to your sort of stage act more, or do you find people are more responsive to your DJ stuff? Like, where do you find people, or is it like it just I'm in a room and I'm doing DJ stuff, so that's why they, you know what I mean? Like, do people treat you differently, I guess, depending on what you're doing?
Yeah, that's probably a good way to put it. I find like it's a different kind of crowd for the most part for both things. Depends on what's going on at the time, but yeah, if I tell someone, hey, like I'm DJing at this golf tournament or this lounge this night or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, it's a different thing because, you know, people are coming out for a different purpose. They're coming out, and like if I'm DJing at State Main on a Friday night, people be like, yeah, you know what, I'm gonna come have drinks and, you know, listen to my man Young D spin some tunes, you know? Or like if I'm spitting rhymes, you know, that's another kind of crowd. I guess some people that come out because they've been messing with me since day one with that stuff, so they'll come out and they'll be like, yo, I want to hear Young D spit some rhymes, you know? And then I got other people that just want to support in general, you know, like people I work with or anything like that. They'll be like, yeah, let's go party, we'll watch Drew perform, because it's, you know, something different from like, you know, the everyday thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and this, it's all leading up to this. You got a DJ name.
Yeah.
You got a DJ name.
I got a DJ name.
So you got enough names already, right? You got Drew, which is your, obviously, it's Andrew, by the way.
Yeah.
And nothing beats, because Drew and I used to work together at Barley Brothers, and on the schedule it comes up Andrew, right? Because that's his full name. So we got a guy that works with us and looks at Drew one day and he's like, who the hell's Andrew on the schedule? And Drew's like, that's me. He's like, how the hell do you get Drew out of Andrew? And I'm like, and my brain's like, how did you? And you know what's stupid about that? The guy's name is. I'm gonna have to bleep that out. Can't. Anyway, the point is, the guy has a nickname that has to do with his name at all, and that's what he goes by. So like, where are you getting your name from? But you can't figure out where Drew comes from. Andrew, like,
No
I just
doubt,
thought it was funny. But I gotta bleep his name out. That's a thing that's gonna happen.
True.
Yeah.
True.
He's like the nicest dude too. That's what's funny. Then you just look at him and you're like, aw, that's cute. I guess. Like, dude, like what are you doing? So funny. But anyway.
No doubt, eh?
But you got a DJ name.
Yeah.
Tell them what your DJ name is.
It's DJ Black David Beckham. Yeah. All day, baby.
Okay, and there's a story there.
There's a story there. So in one of my hip hop songs, I was recording, dropping some sick lines on. In the middle of it, I'm just all like, I'm the Black David Beckham, girl, your attention I be getting. Your favorite appetizer, fries with dill dipping. My swag cock, the flu. Straight illin', my squad like December. Always straight chillin'. And when I was like, hey, time to come up for a DJ name, I was like, you know what? DJ Black David Beckham it is.
Yeah.
It's different. It turns heads. It makes people be like, what? You could either right off the hop be like, oh, that's awesome. Or you might be like, what is that? What? What? Like, what? But either way, you're going to be thinking about it.
And you're going to remember.
Absolutely.
Like, that's not something you're going to be like, oh, what was that DJ's name again? It was Black David Beckham. Like, right. That was ridiculous. But whether you think that's ridiculous good or ridiculous what?
You'll remember it.
Yeah, absolutely.
My mom thinks it's ridiculous.
Well, yeah.
But she ain't really coming out to the show. She in bed by 8,
She's not your demographic.
True.
She's not the crowd that you're looking for.
Exactly, right? So
we all want to impress our moms. Like, don't get me wrong. And I'm sure your mom is super proud of you and all that.
Yeah, no doubt.
But she's not who you're trying to get to the club that night. So who cares if she thinks it's weird?
True.
My parents think a lot of the things I do is weird. I do is weird. A lot of the things that I do are weird. Yeah. Whatever. Grammar. You got it. Oh my God, are you coming back online video-wise? Hopefully, he says. Hopefully. Yeah, we're almost there. We got 3 minutes left. Thanks for joining the program.
Absolutely, anytime.
I'm just gonna. You didn't even. It's fine. You know what? Don't worry about it. Just hit done.
Yeah.
Put that in your pocket. It's all good. That's. This was the poorest planning, and if we had stopped somewhere, I could have turned this so I could get more of the guest and less of me.
No doubt.
But I'm driving, so I can't.
Yeah.
Drew's in there. He's in there. He's in there. You lean in, because I'm driving. I'm gonna just. Yeah. I'll focus on not killing us.
There we go.
And you do what you got to do.
Absolutely.
To catch the side of Drew's face.
Hey, everybody.
Yeah, there he is.
Yeah.
In HD. You're welcome.
Anytime.
Seriously.
Yeah.
This is But yeah, Black David Beckham.
Good attention I be getting.
Well, yeah, with a name like that, hell yeah. Yeah. Are you I haven't seen you DJ live yet.
Right.
Well, that's a lie. I saw you do some DJ stuff at
State and Main.
State and Main,
That's right. Yeah.
Because you do Fridays at State and Main.
Absolutely.
So Fridays at State and Main. If you're in Winnipeg, if you're near Regent,
Roll through.
Definitely State and Main.
State and Main Kitchen and Bar Friday nights.
9 o'clock on-ish.
9 o'clock on-ish. Yeah. 9 o'clock to 12:31. You know what it is.
Yeah.
We call it Flex Fridays, baby.
Flex Fridays.
Fridays. Hey.
Yeah. So check that out. It's time for ads because we don't. You got to read the ad. It's for your company anyway. So why don't you just take that and read that for the camera?
Sounds good.
It's advertising time. I want to turn this more to you.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. How's it going, everybody? Need a DJ? Just hit up New Spades Sound and Entertainment, www.newspades.ca. But you know what? Let New Spades hook you up with amazing sound for your next wedding, wedding social, barbecue, graduation, pool party, or patio party. You done know. New Space Sound and Entertainment would like to send a big thanks to everyone that came through for the Big Day Wedding Expo. We'd also like to thank everyone who participated in our most recent Instagram contest. Congratulations to Jeff and Chantal for getting the most likes. You have won the DJ services for your social for free. And stay tuned to the website, www.newspace.ca, for more upcoming Insiders Club promotions. Also, we will be holding the big draw on Sunday, March 19th.
That already happened.
That already happened.
See, I read this the other day. Because I did it on the last podcast, and I was like, wait, that already happened. So congratulations. And it was Carolyn Sheed.
Carolyn Sheed.
That was the name.
Absolutely.
Okay. So Carolyn Sheed, congratulations. You won.
There you go.
Your wedding. What was it? You got to read it. You got the thing in front of you.
No doubt. You won the wedding package for the DJing services to be done at $200. So that's a pretty sweet deal. It's usually a value of around $800.
$200 to get your wedding DJ'd. That's mental.
I know, right?
That's mental.
Absolutely.
And by this guy.
Yeah.
Listen to this guy's voice. You want him DJing your
DJ
wedding.
Black David Beckham, baby, all day.
Seriously. So we've reached our destination.
Yeah.
So Drew, thank you very much for being on the podcast.
Absolutely. My pleasure. Anytime.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching / listening. I'm not sure if you're taking it in via video or through iTunes or Google Play Music. Either way, go to Google Play Music or iTunes, rate the podcast, hopefully nice things. You can give reviews, that kind of thing. You can contact us, Car Thoughts Pod on Twitter, facebook.com/CarThoughtsPod, and you can watch at markadam.ca, as well as the WordPress blog, which eventually will get its own domain, but doesn't have it yet. It's ctwma.wordpress.com. CTWMA is the acronym, obviously, for Car Thoughts with Mark Adam. I thought this through. So ctwma.wordpress.com. Thank you very much on behalf of myself and Drew from New Spades. Bonus episode. Bonus. We're still with. We picked up my daughter. Ignore her. She's watching TV. Don't worry about her. She just looks up, looks down. She cares more about dragons than what we're doing. But remembering there's a 2-year-old in the car.
Mm-hmm.
Explain your thoughts on what Winnipeg is doing. For those of you that don't live in Winnipeg who are listening and watching. Portage in Maine it's famous for being the windiest intersection in the world. Is that a thing?
Oh, really?
In the world? Definitely in North America, but I think it's in the world. I'd have to look it up. If it isn't, then it's someplace in Glasgow or somewhere in Scotland, apparently. But it's very famous. It's super windy all the time.
Yeah.
But you may not know that it's also there's a lot of traffic there a lot of the time, and there's no crosswalks, there's no pedestrian
really
traffic
big
allowed.
Intersection.
It's a huge intersection, and there's no pedestrian traffic allowed.
Pedestrians go underneath.
Yeah, there's an underneath. There's no overhead walkways like there are in Halifax or other places. It actually goes down underneath, and you come up the other side. Anyway, so there's been a lot of talk in Winnipeg about opening up that intersection to pedestrians and allowing pedestrians
to get hit by cars.
Yeah, to basically get run over. It makes no sense.
No sense whatsoever.
None. Zero.
Ridiculous.
It's the dumbest thing. But anyway, elaborate, if you would, on why that's stupid.
Oh, it's stupid on so many levels. First of all, it's a really big intersection that has no problem with the way it is right now. Traffic's already crazy. We're in traffic right now. It's already backed up and nuts on Main Street during rush hour as it is. And they're talking about opening up this, like the barriers on this giant intersection to pedestrians. For what reason? Pedestrians just walk underneath. That's how it's been for years. And we haven't had any problems with it.
It is safer.
Yeah, way safer.
For pedestrians to walk underneath.
Yeah.
And it's safer for drivers.
Yeah.
Not having to worry about that extra foot traffic, right, because it already is a giant intersection. If you're coming southbound down Main Street, there's 2 turn right lanes and 3 straight lanes.
Yeah.
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 Like it's a huge intersection already,
Giant.
right? There's
Giant.
it's absolutely massive,
Yeah.
and like that's it's unnecessary to open it up. It's unsafe.
Very, very unnecessary.
It's like for the 10 seconds you're going to save those pedestrians,
Yeah.
it's not worth putting their lives and the lives of others at risk.
Exactly. It's just like,
I don't understand the reasoning of opening it up.
I don't get it either. It just doesn't make sense. First of all, it's going to back up traffic, like ridiculously. Traffic's already backed up, and that intersection just kind of flows the smoothest out of all of them. But as soon as they open up to pedestrians and people are now going to be waiting to turn and this and that and whatever, like it's just going to back up traffic like you wouldn't even believe. There's con number 1. Con number 2 is there's going to be accidents. There's going to be ridiculous accidents involving pedestrians at that intersection because it's so big. You know what I mean? And as soon as that starts happening, it's going to be in the news all the time. And guess what? They're probably going to say, hey, maybe we should put the barriers back up.
Well, there's a reason they put the barriers up in the first place.
Right?
I don't think they just slapped barriers up there because they thought, hey, screw it. Let's just do it for the fun of it.
Yeah.
You know.
Right? You know, what's that old saying? If it ain't
broke,
broke,
don't fix it. Yeah. Except for they're trying to break something.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, it's not broken enough, which I'm not going to get into, but I find that a quintessentially Winnipeg decision.
Yeah, no doubt.
Like,
it's kind of how it goes around here.
You know, oh, there's nothing completely wrong with it yet? Let's figure that out. We can make something wrong with it. Like,
yeah, seriously.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
Oh my goodness. Oh, so ridiculous.
Yeah.
So ridiculous.
Okay, while we're back here on our little bonus episode, and we're into some political stuff, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
1, do you love Winnipeg? You're from here. Do you love Winnipeg?
Not particularly.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Why?
It's a city that doesn't move forward as fast as it should. I'm a very forward-moving person, and as far as the city goes, there are some great opportunities, and there are some great things that you can enjoy while you're here. You can make the best out of it, but overall, it's just like reasons why Winnipeg kind of drives me nuts is our roads are ridiculous here. They are just so weather worn down, everything, and you know what I mean. Like every time we fix it, we use the cheap stuff, which then it needs to be fixed again in a couple years. But we can't afford to use the good stuff because you know what I mean. Like there's so many roads that got to be fixed that it's like we'll go bankrupt instantly if we use like the good stuff. But I don't know. Also on top of that, it's just I don't know the mentality of people. People are just a little bit too community thinking. I'm all about community, but these people just like to they have the mentality the rich should support the poor. You know what I mean? Nobody should get ahead, like just random stuff like that, and that's not okay. You know what I mean? Like everyone should be looking at finding opportunity, making it opportunity available, rather than just saying, hey, let the rich take care of everybody. And then other than that, it's just too like everyone's stuck on like one track. You know what I mean? It's like the Jets this, the Jets that, and don't get it twisted. I love my Winnipeg Jets. Don't ever get that twisted. But there is more to life than the Jets. I'm just saying. I don't want to be like Saskatchewan where, they paint the city green and it's all about the Rough Riders, Sorry, province. Paint the province green and it's all about the Rough Riders. Yeah, that's my Winnipeg rant.
Okay. All right. That's it's a lot kinder than I've been, but I'm not from here, so I don't have a base. But I get crapped on a lot when I point out that Winnipeg might not be the best city.
No.
Sorry to put you on the spot. I don't.
It's all good.
But
it's all good. People need to know. It's honestly because it's a great escape. Every time I go to Toronto, Calgary, You know what I mean? I'm going to Van City probably like later this month. You know, Montreal. Oh, Montreal. You know, it's just like when you think of all these great Canadian cities, it's like, man, what argument do you have to, you know, say that Winnipeg's so great, right? You know, is what it is.
I know exactly what you are talking about. So I just want people to realize that I'm not crapping on Winnipeg just cause. This is my podcast, and I have on it said some things about Winnipeg just because this podcast, when I'm by myself in the car, is very much about my mental state at the time. And usually it's affected by my surroundings. Well, my surroundings are Winnipeg. That's where I live, so that's what's affecting me first and foremost. So I thank you for backing up some of the things that I have said on here, so that people who aren't from Winnipeg don't think that I'm just hating on it because it's not Halifax. Don't get me wrong, it's not Halifax, but I know that. Like, I'm not talking about Winnipeg all the time in comparing it just to Halifax, but just sometimes it just, you got to say some stuff. You just got to get off your chest.
True, very true.
It's true.
Very true.
I appreciate you being as candid as you have been, especially since you're from Winnipeg.
No doubt.
And now we're going to get a whole bunch of commenters on the podcast saying, you know, how dare you say bad things about my town.
What you want me to do? I'm sorry.
I just wanted you to be honest, and I feel like you were.
No doubt.
Because, you know, but even when you were saying bad things about it, you could feel the love and the passion for Winnipeg.
Yeah.
And because you're, you know, it's not forward moving enough. Like, we need to do things. Like, there's things that can be done to fix the city.
Yeah.
They're just not being done.
They're not being done.
And that's my point, right? There's definitely there's some redeeming qualities in Winnipeg for sure, and the people here are quite nice overall.
Right.
Speaking in sweeping generalizations, the people of Winnipeg are pretty nice.
They're friendly people for the most part.
I don't think I've ever been like, hey, I need some help, and people were like, well, go pound sand. Like, that's never been my experience here, and I appreciate that. But I'm so used to that different mentality.
Right.
Like, just a different way of thinking.
Right.
And I think that's what gets me more than anything is the way that people think.
Yeah.
And it's hard to convey that in words
No
unless you actually experience the difference.
Yeah.
So
True.
Thanks again. I think that's gonna do us. So See you next time.